Hello, everybody. Hi. Hi, Sarah.
Hi,
So, all right, how are we doing this evening?
pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Yeah, y'all like my bunny ears? Happy Easter, everybody. I'm going to quickly try to say hello to everybody. Let's see, we've got Margot. We have Isabella. Tina said she wasn't going to be able to stay, but we'll say hello anyway.
Right.
Patricia, John, Haley, Sandy, Gallet, Elizabeth, Nikki, TJ, let's see. I think that's everybody's here right now. So hello, welcome. So this is a new thing I'm going to be doing, and Sarah's my first guest. So everybody, welcome Sarah.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
So we were talking backstage a little bit while we were waiting to get started, and as you know, I did the video. Oh, hi, Shalana, Libby, Captain Obvious. Hello. Um, Linda, hi. We were talking about the video I did earlier today about the tweets that Jennifer Howell put out over the weekend, and we were discussing just how horrible this is. How the thing is like us as supporters, as fans. Hi, Amazon, and I think I said hi to Haley. But us as fans or supporters, we don't. That's not something that we do. And the threats that she's received, and there's been a lot of stuff come on that Isabella, hello. There's been a lot of stuff come out that is just so nasty. Hi, Sunshine. But I just wanted to kind of get your thought on it. I know you were telling me about how you were feeling, and I was going to let you just kind of tell everybody how this made you
Oh my God.
feel.
I was furious because we don't, this is as, I think that as a community, we are, as a whole, we are good people. And us going, as much as we dislike her and
Yeah.
her fans, um, going out and telling them to go off themselves and to
Mhm.
go
Mhm.
and you know uh whatever, to go hurt themselves, it's not something that would come to our mind first thing. It's not
Exactly.
for me. Like, I'll be honest, like, I was so mad that I said things that I would never say publicly. But what I ended
Yeah.
up doing was I took it to, because I have a little journal thing that I write in every day. It's
Yeah.
on my phone, but it is private. It is under lock,
Right.
under password lock, that I
Yeah.
write in every day. It's not something that you can share online. And I just went ham on it. And I just, in all caps letters, like, she's like infuriating me. And I hope that she does this. And I hope this happens. But that is written for myself. That's not something I would go and post online. And,
Exactly.
and as a human, we feel these things, but
Yeah.
I'm not actively going out there and telling these people to go do this.
Well,
I've
yeah.
said online, I hope she flies off the face of the earth, but like, that's not me directly saying, go. I'm just saying, like, go away. We're tired of seeing her.
Yep.
We're tired of hearing her. We're tired of this story. Like,
Yeah.
we're just tired of these lies.
Yes.
But for her to go, whether she's encouraging people to do this, whether, like, she's got, like, right now, my issue aside from Amber is Eve Barlow,
Yeah.
because right now, to me, Eve Barlow is a replacement for Rocky Pennington, and
Yeah.
she's her lapdog right now.
Yeah.
And Eve, from what I've seen, like, I've gone and I've looked at her Instagram, she's a smart woman. I mean, she didn't
No.
get to where she is by being dumb, and
Exactly.
she knows full well who Amber is and what Amber's doing.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
I just think she's a bit naive, in the sense that she doesn't think that Amber's going to do what Amber does to her.
Yeah.
So for me, when it's a matter of when, um, I should stop saying her name, but when does turn around and pull her typical self on Eve, I have less than zero sympathy for Eve because it will happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. That's what gets me about anybody. I like what Diamond said. Wait, I thought Eve was a replacement for IO. But
that too.
any of these people that support her, do they not see what she does to people? You know, I mean, when she
Yeah.
gets tired, when they're used up, she throws them away like garbage, and it amazes me that anybody at this point would even try to step in there and do that. I mean, I like you said, she's a smart woman.
Yeah.
So has she not seen what she does with people when she's done with them? That's what gets me is that I don't understand. I just don't understand. I know a lot of people subscribe to that. Believe all women, but the thing is this story has been out there long enough now. There's been enough evidence brought forward already that how could anybody objectively look at it and say, oh yeah, she's the one that was victimized. That's what
Right.
amazes me is that
Right.
anybody can look at it at this point and say, oh yeah, she was the one that was victimized, when it's obviously not her. And I don't know, I don't get it, I don't understand it. I believe in accepting people's story until something's proven different. But that's the thing. It's been proven different in her case.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I know
Exactly.
she has access to more than just what the media has said, you know.
Right.
And,
Yeah. And I
and
don't
I'm
know, I
like,
think, like I said, going back, I think it's a case of denial at this point. Like,
yeah,
she may think, if I do this enough and if I do that enough, then then will have no reason to turn around and stab me in the back. She will have no reason to betray me. She will have, because I will be the ultimate perfect lapdog. And
yeah,
it doesn't matter. She could be the absolute perfect friend and do absolutely nothing wrong. But
yeah.
all I have to say is two things: Whitney, Enriquez. She's
Hmm.
doing all this to her very own sister,
Exactly. Exactly. That's
you
Now
know?
that's been something that has really fascinated me is the whole situation with Whitney, especially with all of this coming up with Jennifer Howell. And
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder, what is she what is she going through right now? I wonder how close she is to breaking. I mean, between the subpoena, everything that's become public with Jennifer Howell, I just wonder how close she is to breaking. Because wasn't it Jennifer Howell that was talking about? In fact, it was in those tweets, wasn't it, that she said that she's lost a lot of weight and hair coming out in clumps. And she's talking about Whitney in those tweets. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious as to how close she is to breaking.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen her around. So it's really hard to tell. Like, I hope that if anyone is going to break, it's going to be for a positive
Yeah,
reason. It's to finally end the BS. It's going to finally be like a cathartic release of it's finally over and
yeah,
it's done and I've told the truth and I feel free now. Because for Whitney, as a mother myself, as a wife myself, um, and as a sister myself,
Yeah.
I would never, ever sacrifice my husband and my children
Mhm.
over a family member who has
Exactly.
who has put me down, who has verbally and physically accosted, as Tug would say,
Yeah.
my whole life.
Yeah.
You have your own little family to take care of, your own little family to think of, and that's what's important. And I'm sorry, but like David and they can go fly a kite for all I care. Whitney needs to think of
Yeah.
herself, and she needs to
Yeah.
think of her little one, and she needs to think of her marriage.
Exactly.
Because if she doesn't, they are going to be gone in an instant, and she will literally be left
Yeah.
with nothing, because Amber will dump her as
Oh yeah.
quickly as like.
Well, I imagine just looking at that subpoena, they're very specific, and the saying is that attorneys don't ask for something unless they already know what the answer is.
Mhm.
So I think with that subpoena, I imagine AH is going to probably be done with her at that point, because
Yeah.
eventually they're going to have to answer to the subpoenas. Whitney, Io, Rocky, Josh, all them's not going to get out of it. Now, Muskie might, but I don't think any of the rest of them are getting out. And so she's going to have to answer that subpoena. And I have a feeling that when she does, she might try to lie her way out of it, but I believe she's just going to be, it's not going to do her any good to do it. And I have a feeling that H is going to be done with her at that point.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think she'll just get rid of her, be done with her, and throw her under the bus and claim she did it too. And
Yep. And to be honest with you, regardless of what the outcome will be, I
yeah,
think Amber will be done with Whitney regardless.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think there's going to be much of anything left between the two of them, regardless of the outcome. I
yeah,
just don't like.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm knocking stuff over here that my daughter's got piled up everywhere. But you know,
It's
I
all good.
I want to have
My
some
nose is
kind
dripping.
of compassion for her. But oh,
Yeah.
hi, sweet Cassidy. But it's kind of hard to, because I think about, I've got two sisters, and I'd do anything in the world for them, but I'm not going to sacrifice my family to lie for them either. Me being the big sister, because I'm the oldest, and I'd tell both of them, well, you got yourself into this mess, and you're going to have to find a way to get yourself out of it, and I'm not going to lie
Yeah.
for you. I'll protect you, yes, but I won't lie for you. So maybe it's just that I'm a different, which, I mean, yeah, everybody's different from her. That's even half normal. But and I try to keep in mind, I don't know what she's been through all her life. I kind of think she's been a just punching bag all her
Oh
life,
yeah.
you
Well,
know,
hers
and that,
and David's.
yeah, and that's what I thought about hers and David's, yes. And so, I mean, especially after seeing the video that Kurtz put out that last week, where she interviewed the girl that was Marilyn Manson's former assistant, and she was
Oh,
talking
that
about,
was such a wicked
oh
video.
my god,
Yes, that was so good.
oh yes,
Yeah.
and I was
Mm-hmm.
sitting there listening, and I was like, oh my god, that's so creepy and that's so gross. But then I thought about, okay, wait a minute, I wonder if at one point this was Whitney, if she was the one sitting in the middle,
Yeah.
and I mean that's. Ugh, it's horrible, but it's a possibility. It's a
Yes.
very big possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, Steve. Glad you're
Now I'm
here.
just wondering, like, I actually was thinking about this. I was actually thinking about this earlier. I think it was earlier today, actually. When this goes to Virginia, what are the chances of like Jack and Lily Rose being like deposed
I don't know.
or
I have a
like
feeling. I think in the UK, I think that they thought they had enough witnesses and everything. I think they thought they had, which in all, when you look at the case, and for what's his name that said that I've read it, just so you know, I've read the judgment,
mhm.
but they had enough evidence that he should have been vindicated. He should have won then.
Oh, 100%.
But I think when they go to Virginia, I don't think they're going to take any chances this time. And I don't know
Yeah.
if they'll bring them in. If Johnny's team will bring them in, I'm not sure if AH will try to. I think surely she's not. I mean, she's not a dumb woman. She's got to know that neither one of them is going to testify for her,
Right.
and that you know. So I kind of think that if Johnny can leave them out, he will leave them out of it. But it is a
Yeah.
possibility they would try. But I just don't know what they would think they would get from them, because they've got to know that
They might even think
I
that
don't
it's
know that.
because he's there as kids that it would be biased. I don't know.
Yeah, and well, Captain Obvious, she said right here that they never saw anything, and that's by JD's own admission. So
That's true. Yeah,
and
because yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
and
Yeah.
but see, like, sorry, y'all, I'm getting a replay. Let me turn this off here. That might be what's causing it. I had this phone on, but she claims that she was so close to Lily, and Lily is an adult, so she could try it, but I just don't think she. God, she can't be that stupid, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, she is and
um,
she isn't. Like
yeah, yeah,
this is what really got me. Like I just thought one thing that I wanted to say too is like with Jennifer Howell, like bless the woman for not being another pawn in, you know, H and Whitney's game. Not that it's Whitney's game,
absolutely.
but like she stood up and said, I'm that boss. I'm the one that let you come stay with me. And I didn't, let you sleep on my floor. You had your own
Yeah,
room. And, I gave you the job. And, she called AH out on her shit when she was when, AH promised her, a donation to the Art of Elysium and then
yeah,
didn't get anything because, the CHLA and the ACLU were, more prestigious charities
yeah,
or whatever. And then she never ended up, and she called her out on that. And I'm really happy that there is someone that was supposedly on Amber's side that came out and
yeah,
said, no, I'm not going to lie on your behalf because of who you are. Like I'm going to stand up for the truth regardless of
yeah.
who's on the side of truth. My only concern is she built the Art of Elysium from the ground up.
Yeah.
She's the one that brought it to what it is, and she is the one that is supporting all these artists who are giving all these artists their fresh start and everything that they need to do to have the future of their own. And I'm afraid that all because Amber is like the most selfish person on earth and wants more, 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 more,
Mm-hmm.
more, that she's going
Yeah.
to like Jennifer's going to end up losing all of that, all because
Mm-hmm.
she's on the side of truth. And for her to be getting all these threats and for her to be under all this stress and for her own family to be under all these threats
Yeah.
is just that I'm I'm heartbroken, but I'm past the point of heartbroken that I'm
Yeah.
enraged.
Yeah.
Like I'm enraged because to me it's unfathomable to be to I can't wrap my brain around the fact that there's somebody out there that is so into themselves that they think they deserve this, that everybody else around them has to have their entire lives destroyed so she can
Mm-hmm.
have everything she wants. She's
Yeah.
nothing special. So,
Exactly. Well,
you know.
that's what I said today in that video was that look at how many lives she has destroyed out of
Yep.
greed. That's all it
Yep.
is, greed. And
Yep.
I've said many times, and I'll stand by it, and I believe it. Just knowing everything that I've learned about Johnny Depp since I started following this and started doing this in my videos and everything, is that had she had just done divorce, not go to the press, not ever made that statement, Johnny would have took care of her the rest of her life. It's not like she would have hurt for anything, and she would probably be a much better acclaimed actress at this point than she is right now, regardless of how terrible an actress she is. But the
Yep.
fact is that Johnny would have helped her. I think
Yep.
I just believe that with all my soul.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is though, her greed said, no, no, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to destroy everything you've worked for all your life. And in that path of destruction, she's trying to take down more and more lives. And I think with Jennifer, I think it was the best thing she could do putting those tweets out because, you know, I've archived it. I'm sure thousands of other people have archived it at this point. And I think that should anything happen, if anything goes wrong with her charity, should anything happen to her or anyone she even shook their hand one time, I believe that there will be hell on earth to pay. I just really do. I would imagine that Johnny and his team are now going to do everything in their power to take care of her and to protect her. And I hate that she's having to go through this, but her strength is amazing. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I, you know, I'm, she could, yeah, yeah.
I
If
I I, I
if
would
she
have
didn't
been
open her
exhausted a
mouth,
long time ago.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And Asa said if she didn't open her mouth, they could have went on their separate ways. She could have done whatever she wanted with the money, and that's that. But she's a psycho. Exactly. So that's the
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh, I love what Jay. She's not smart enough to be a villain. She's a cranky toddler. I love that.
exactly. That's exactly what it is. She's standing there having a temper tantrum, saying, "No, I want more.
Yeah.
I want more. I want more." And her
Hmm.
just the parents that are being okay, okay, okay. We'll give you everything you want,
Yeah. Yeah.
just to keep her
And I
quiet,
know
and it's
somebody
still not
said
enough.
earlier in the chat they were talking about her charm, and that is one thing. Um, People like her, they are charming in the very beginning. You get around them. I don't know about you, being a woman, I've met a few women like her in my lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
and they are when you're first around them, they're just very charming. You kind of sense as a woman, I think you kind of sense something's off, but until they give you a reason, you don't say anything. But they can't keep that charm up forever, and that's the thing. And
Yeah.
you know, it just amazes me and I know this person here. It seems Josh Jackson. He says it seems like the media doesn't want to back the truth because it won't make them the most money, and that's true. And you got to think about she's the sexy blonde, and she's got Elon Musk backing her, and she's just. But just like with them following, they followed her story and they've been like, oh, look, she's poor little thing. She was abused by a big, bad, horrible Johnny. But then they found out that she didn't donate that $7 million that they've been touting for all these years, but she donated that money. Uh-oh, sorry, no, she didn't. You know, and it's
Well,
like,
no, she donated the money to herself,
yes, yes.
to her own
Hi, Dr.
pocket.
Sue. Yes. And that's just like with what said, I think it was Asa that said, I just said, if she could have went her own way, she could have still pocketed the money and nobody would
Yeah.
have said a word,
Yeah.
because nobody would have known. Johnny might have said something to her, but it would have still been private. And
Yeah.
that's the thing that gets me is that her greed, that greed, it's going to be her undoing. I really
Yeah.
believe that too.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just, Princess and Prince Charming. Yes, yes, Amazon. Yeah, they come off as Princess and Prince Charming, and then they end up being the frog or a toad or
Yeah.
or the
Yep.
bitch. I mean, you know.
The sea witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
One thing I
I
liked
mean,
though
it's
was I think it was Les that pointed it out. Was it? I think it was Les that pointed it out in one of her videos or one of the lives was that all the anonymous donations that was made on her behalf, the CHLA is like wonderful. We're not
yeah,
putting that towards her donation though. Like you
exactly.
can give us all the anonymous donations under her name on her behalf as you want until you're blue in the
Yeah,
face, until the cows come home, until all the cliches you want. But that's not being put towards her donation until the money is coming from a check with her name on it.
exactly.
It's not being counted. And so I love that they didn't that they stood their ground with that,
They
and
did.
that's what I really liked because that was just like a bitch slap to her and she was not
Exactly.
having it. But yeah, so that was
I
I
mean,
that was pretty sweet.
well, the fact that the fact that you've gotten $7 million, that you can't even give the 3.2 million of that to sick children. It says everything you need to know about this woman. Everything. Because she never gave a dime. Because, like you said, there was the anonymous donations, and they didn't count that toward that. That was like, oh well, thank you. That's over and above. That doesn't go on
Yep,
this 3.2 million. And they
yep,
got the 100,000 from Johnny's lawyer accountant.
yep.
That's it. And and yeah, but she's more than happy to go around on live television and be like, $7 million was donated. It was split
Was donated
between
past
was
tense.
donated. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. And was split between CHLA and with ACLU for women. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it was all donated. It was past
Yeah,
tense, as you said.
yeah,
And
yeah.
exactly. Why did she need to wait 10 years to give to the charity? In fact, I did a video where I went over some of the testimony of Johnny's attorney that's in the from the UK appeal, and he listed out, he spelled out exactly when she got every installment, and he said that she could have had the entire 7 million given to both charities by at the latest February of 2018.
Yep.
Yet she never gave a dime. And I mean, so why did she need 10 years? That
And the thing is
doesn't
too is
make
that
any
they
sense.
wanted to take 10 years to do it. Then
Yeah.
if I was I'm going to use the CHLA as an example because the ACLU to me has lost their reputation completely
Yes.
in my books. But if I was the CHLA and they said to me, and she said to me that she's going to pay the 3.5 million or whatever over 10 years, I would have said, okay, we're coming up with an installment plan and we're going to have it written down on paper. You are
Yeah.
going to pay this amount by this date, this amount by this date,
Mhm.
this amount by this date, and that's how it's going to be done. And if you miss a payment, then it's gonna, then there should be interest, and there should be, in my opinion, like to me, that's a legal I know it's a donation, but it was part of the settlement, and I
Yeah.
think that there should have been a legally binding contract between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and the CHLA, and for giggles, we'll throw in the ACLU between
Yeah.
the four of them and say, this is how it's going to be done because as per the settlement agreement, this amount of money is being paid, and so we're coming up with a payment installment, and
Yeah.
it's going to be paid by like this amount by this amount of time, and if it's missed, then there's going to be interest, and
Yeah.
come up with a fair interest, percentage, and
Yeah.
and that way it's done and there's no loophole. But she
Mhm.
came up with that loophole being like the whole tax benefit or whatever it was, and just ugh.
Yeah. It's just, it amazes me that she's been able to get away with so much because she is so obvious. And maybe at the time, I guess because we're able to look at it in past tense now. Maybe at the time people were buying it, people were believing her. Maybe she was believable. I don't know because, to be honest with you, I didn't know who she was. I knew about the dog situation when they were in Australia. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
But at the time, well, they divorced in 2016. My mom passed in 2016. And so for me, entertainment was just kind of to the side for that year.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I didn't catch a lot of this stuff. So I don't know if we have the benefit of looking at it hindsight now, but to me, she's just seemed so obvious from the get go. Everything, all the footage that I've seen of her from then, everything that I've seen, it all seems so fake. And I don't understand why everyone fell for it. And
I don't
yeah,
know.
now, Soups, you are right. He's got a lot of power as star power or power, yeah. And I mean, and I think he's helped a whole lot with her getting away with all this.
Oh yeah.
And I think you're onto something. Definitely think you're onto something. And I think that's why she's kept him hanging around. I think it's why she keeps him on the string.
Oh yeah.
She's,
Probably.
ugh, God. Mm.
Honestly, the two of
Oh
them are
yeah,
pod.
Steve brought up the dress that she had on Instagram. Now, I saw, though, hasn't it been debunked that that is not the same dress because
I
she's
was gonna say, there's no
size
way that's the
and
same dress.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, Maya, I saw that she was in Magic Mike. I saw that movie. I just don't know who she
I
played.
don't know.
She was in Pineapple Express. I've seen that 2 or 3 times. I don't remember what character she played.
She plays Seth Rogen's girlfriend. And
I still don't
I only
remember.
know this because I've seen Pineapple Express like 5, 6 times. And um now mind you, this was years ago, but
Yeah,
I heard she was in Pineapple Express and I was like, what?
yeah.
No. There's no way she's in it. So I said to my husband, I said, did you know that she was in Pineapple Express? And he was like, no. And so I actually
Okay.
YouTubed her scenes and I'm watching her scenes and my mind just went blank. I
Mhm.
None of her scenes, I like, none of them rang a bell.
Mm.
None of them rang a bell. And I was like, this is not familiar to me whatsoever at all. But she
Yeah,
played Seth Rogen's girlfriend.
that's I'll say, and that's don't remember her at all. I'm like you. It's just been a while, but now Captain Obvious wanted to know about the dress. Okay, so she doesn't have Instagram. So what it is she's basically trolling Johnny, is what she's doing. She put up a picture of the day she's walking out from getting the TRO, isn't it? No, what
Yeah,
the
it was
picture?
it was the TRO. She was wearing that black dress. You know, the day where she
Yes.
is walking out of the courtroom, holding her
Mhm.
head held high, showing off that pimple, all
Yeah.
proud. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that
and
black
then
dress.
the day of, then she puts a side by side, kind of like me and Kat here, and she's wearing a black dress coming out of the courts in the UK. Well, she claims
Mhm.
that was, she says something along the lines of, it's nice to, sometimes it's good to wear a dress twice. And she's claiming
Yes,
it's the same dress, and she's inferring that she did something great. She stood up for women and women's rights. But it's not the same dress. It's 2 different
it's like
dresses.
she's trying to rub it in his face because, like, yeah, she's got the red
Yeah.
bandana over her face, and her hair's all
Yeah.
fuller, and you can tell she's smiling because her eyes are smizing and all this stuff, and she's
Yes.
apparently got the same dress. But you know what? I'm looking at it, and I mean, it could be the same dress. It could just have been altered a little bit because in the second
Yeah.
photo, it's a lot more form fitting. Like you can see, she's got the curves. Um, Whereas with the TRO picture, it's just like a box. Like it's fitting on her like a box, all square like, and she's
Yeah.
all, her hair's all flat and she's all gloomy looking, and she's, like I said, holding her head held high, showing off that pimple. and all proud of it and everything. Look what I've got. Maybe she's trying to prove to us that she's actually human. I don't know,
Yeah.
but and then in that second photo, she's all like, "Look at me, I'm all happy because I'm winning," or so. I don't know, but
Yeah.
she's trying to say that it's good to wear the same outfit twice because I don't know. I wear the same clothes all the time. I don't know.
I do too. I mean, must be nice to just have to wear a dress twice. I mean,
Mm,
even if it is,
yep.
I
Hmm.
mean,
There's only
oh, she
one
said she
outfit
did
in
say
my
that.
life I've
Yeah.
only worn once, and that's my wedding dress.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't have to wear that twice.
uh, but, yeah, I'm not going to wear another wedding dress, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, me either.
But no, not at this point in my life. No, no, no. But yeah, but everything else, yeah, wearing it till it usually is falling apart. So, um,
Yeah.
but yes, Dr. Seuss, she is still a bad actress. And yes, Debbie, that's
Yeah.
where she met James Franco, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess Pineapple Express would have been where because that was before Adderall Diaries, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
and it was
I
also
think.
where she doesn't even look like her lips are a lot thinner, and
Mm,
like she doesn't even look like her. Like she looks like her, but she doesn't look like her. Like all the surgeries she's
yeah,
had up until this point have been um compared to a lot of celebrity surgeries, her surgeries have been very minor in the terms of they've just been a little tweak here and a little tweak there to kind of enhance her beauty. Because I mean, as much as I dislike the woman, she is a very pretty girl. That left a bad taste in my mouth. Um, but her surgeries have been just to kind of enhance, like her lips have been a little bit, made a little bit
yeah,
bigger, but in Pineapple Express, she just looks like your regular girl next door
yeah,
teenager.
yeah.
Um, you
And
know.
Chubby, maybe number 13 will be the lucky one for you.
Yeah, maybe 13 won't be lucky for you
No.
there, Soups. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Number 13. Be the good one. But yeah, now I saw a couple of people talking about how she did the cheek implants and they don't look right. I don't know
No,
much
those
about
went bad.
plastic surgery. You can tell I've not had any.
I've not
But
had anything done to me. Nothing. So I don't know.
I'm just trying to be positive, Shelby. Donald,
I don't know. I
hello.
like
I'm so
13.
glad to see you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm
Donald,
feeling
hello.
better. Yes, yeah. I enjoyed you yesterday on Rob's stream, Donald, just so you know. It was great to finally see your face and to hear you. I loved it. So I love Donald. I haven't got
Unfortunately, I missed that, but
my card is up tonight, but I took it down because of the rain. I don't want it to get wet. So, but he sent me a TARDIS and all my Doctor Who stuff. So, gotta send love out to Donald. He's my
yes, yes.
sweetheart. He's such a
I'm also
sweetheart.
going to do a shout out if you don't mind. I don't know if he's watching. He said he might catch it, but he's also in college, so he's doing homework too. But my friend Liam said he was going to try and catch this because he knows that I come on and do I do some live streams with people, but it's
Yeah,
often members only, so he can't see them. So
yeah.
I told him I was doing this tonight, and I was like, in case you want to come see me. So if my friend Liam is watching, hi Liam, I love you.
Liam, hi.
Hopefully he's watching, but if he's not, well, I'll forgive him this time.
Yeah, well, maybe he can catch a replay anyway. I leave mine up,
Yes,
so
yes, he can.
yeah. So and tell him at about the 38-minute mark that you said hello to him. So,
I will. Awesome. That's true. Oh, he is
but
here. I see his
oh,
name in the chat. Hi, Liam.
awesome. Oh, but
So,
oh, she's still trying to forgive me for my comment. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my dear husband, he loves me. He's bringing me my tea.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Thanks, babe.
I just remembered, so I thought I'd bring it up.
Thank you.
All that, since you ladies are busy taking care of the good fight and all the good business you ladies take care of. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's gentlemen around.
There's gentlemen. There's gentlemen.
Awesome. All you beautiful people. That's what I say. All you beautiful people.
There's people. There's lots of people.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. Anyway, sorry about that.
Yeah. We'll get back to it. TJ said a person can wear the same outfit and look totally different. Confidence is a good fashion accessory. And now let me just say this: I did see an interview a couple of weeks ago. It was with one of her former assistants. I don't remember if it was. I don't think it was Kate, but they were talking about how she used, once she got with Johnny, she used his name to get like the fashion stuff, the brands and things. And she said that she would spend hours going over who she wanted her to request free stuff from, and if they offered her a discount, she wouldn't take it. I was like, that sounds about right. Yes. And it's the brain that's botched. Right? I love that. I love that. But yes,
first world problems.
Oh no, it just must be so nice. I mean, I've got all these designer clothes back here, and I
know. I just don't know what to do with all of mine. I mean, I got Marc Jacobs and I got Vera Wang.
Was it Kate James? I couldn't remember if it was her. I didn't want to quote her. Yeah, yeah. Soups was saying it was Kate James. I couldn't remember off the top of my head, so I didn't want to quote her and it not be. But yeah, I just thought that was so funny because it just sounded so like her,
Yeah. Yeah. or my favorite is when she would make Kate go out and buy Amber and all her friends lunch, but wouldn't allow Kate to eat anything herself, and to the point where like Kate wasted away to practically nothing.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, Janie, don't worry about it. My family doesn't even understand. Every time my husband, which bless his heart, he's old, and he'll ask me, "What are you doing down there?" I'm like, "I'm working." Like, on what? I'm like, "Told you a dozen times, honey. I've got a YouTube channel." What do you talk about? Mostly Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
You still love him?
Yeah, still doing that. Still doing that. Yeah, I know. Me too.
Used your stimulus check to buy bed sheets to use as toilet paper. Oh, Ursula, I'm sorry. This is Sarah Cat. I know you probably spoke with her in the chats before.
Oh, hi, Ursula. Hi.
Yeah, this is our lovely Sarah Cat. Yeah,
I'm the crazy one.
When I started.
Been around a while.
Yeah, she was trying to look all downtrodden at the TRO, and then of course she was all positive for the UK, and she was just nasty all the way around.
That wonderful shave away that she used for the following day, looking all happy and bright as could be. Yeah, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
What's this, Steve? Did anyone see that she stated she's a big part of Justice League, plus her latest with Elvis, plus you're talking about What? I haven't seen that, Steve. Oh gosh. Oh no. Nikki said I thought the UK verdict was for the toilet paper. Yes. Ursula said it's nice to see your face. Oh, they're posting on Instagram. I'll have to check that out after this is over with, Steve. We'll have to check that out. And oh gosh, that's just nasty. And poor Elvis, he shouldn't be involved in anything with her. He'd smack her in the head with a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Give her an extra spray, that bitch be gone.
That's it. Yes, I am working on an extra strength formula to take with me to the trial.
You need an industrial strength, Tammy. Industrial strength.
Industrial strength. Yes, that's what I need. Yes, I mean it's going to be in a big old barrel. My son-in-law's got me a barrel that I'm going to put in here. and just dunk her right in it, then put the lid on it. No, kidding. That's a joke.
Jane says, in this group, saying I'm the crazy one in this group is the same as I'm the carbon-based life form. Yeah.
Yes, I will let you be the one to spray it. Oh, goodness. Are you going to try to make the trial? I haven't asked you that.
Me, well, I really, hey, hold on a second. My dog is going nuts.
Okay.
Can you go lie down, please? Go. You crazy pooch. I want to. I really, really, really want to. I'm gonna try and see if I can actually make plans with Les and see if there's a way that I can like maybe meet up with her in Toronto and maybe we can come up with a plan that we can hitch a ride together and go. If I'm being absolutely like completely realistic, chances are probably not. But I will try. I will try because I would really love to actually go. It's close to my birthday too, so I would really love to try and be like, this is my really major, big birthday present. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll be like, I need to get away from my family for 3 weeks. I'm going. But
yeah, my daughter's trying to get me to take my husband with me, and I keep telling her no. You'll be in the way.
This is my time.
No. I need 3 weeks away from all of y'all.
So.
Sorry, Soups. I keep getting you tonight, don't I, Soups? Oh, well.
1 second. I think my internet's crapping out. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh. We're having technical difficulties, folks. You know that. Wouldn't be one of my streams without technical difficulties. You know that.
Am I there? Am I back?
Yeah, you're here. You're here. You haven't went anywhere. You were here the whole time. Let's see. Let's see here what we got. Let's see. I'll tell you what. She's not in Johnny's class of people. We're wanting free stuff and all the friends.
I'm sorry. Am I there?
Yeah,
am I back?
Yeah, you're here. And that's the thing. I always found that just so weird, so classless, having her friends and her family living there in the penthouses. What are you looking for, baby?
My school student ID.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I'm on a live stream. I'm on a live stream.
Well,
okay. Sorry. Oh, I've lost Sarah. Well, okay. Let's see. She'll be back in a minute. We'll give her a minute. Janie, I'm not in a position to fly to America for any reason, let alone stand outside a courthouse with a friend. Oh, Taylor, you're live on the internet, so yeah, I will, Nikki. Taken care of. I'm gonna do that while we're waiting on Sarah to come back. Thank you, by the way, to Nikki. But yeah, Janie, I'm sorry you won't get to come, but that's why people like me are going, is because I want to be able to give, let those who aren't able to come, I want to let them see what's going on every day. So that is why I am going. All right, give me just a minute here, folks. Okay, Tiffany got it. Tiffany took care of it. You go, Tiffany. Okay, yeah, come on back, Sarah. Yeah, just whenever you can, just come on back. Let's see, and I'm going to try to read some of these. Let's see. Staying home, in the stream. Oh, well, I'm glad you stay. I hope she gets. Please don't be mad at Steve. I'm sure that he's a sweetheart. Please don't be mad at him. Oh, yes, that's wonderful, Tiffany. I'd love for you to come with me. I want you there. And Issa, I'm still making signs for Virginia. I've already got Not Today, Satan. Let's see, I forget what all I've got. I've got 2 or 3 over there. So if you come up with any good ones, leave me a note somewhere, or tell me in a stream or something, and I will be glad to. There's Sarah. Let's get her back in. There you are.
Hi. I don't know what happened.
That's okay. That's okay. It wouldn't be one of my streams without something technical going wrong. So, yeah.
I switched to better
Uh-oh. She froze.
internet, but go.
There you are. Sure, it's better internet, Sarah.
I don't know. I have to question my judgment sometimes.
Mary Sue said the dress she wore in the UK has a ruffle around the bottom. It's a different outfit, or at least a different skirt. So,
I noticed that too.
Yes. And now this is something, I was afraid it was about to fall. Sorry. Steve says, I still hope we can do a charity stream for Jennifer's charity. She needs to know we support her. I think that's a wonderful. I haven't had a chance to even speak with anybody yet. But I know that I'm all for it. I'm all in. I'll do whatever I can to be a part of doing a charity stream for her. I think that would be a wonderful idea, a great way for our community to show that we are supporting her and that we've got her back. And so, I'll be getting in touch with people and trying to work that out. Maybe it's something we can do here in the next month or two, couple of months. I've never been involved in putting one together, so I know it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Boy, my daughter's asking for me to turn this camera around on her dancing O'Hare. She's really wanting me to.
I got a $200 check from school.
Oh, she got a $200 check from school. You just announced it to the world.
Making
great.
it rain.
Yes, good soups. I'm glad to hear that. That's wonderful. Yeah, you can donate. You can be our first donation for Art of Elysium.
I should be donating money to me.
No, that's a charity. It's not. My daughter finds it hilarious, all of this. She's my daughter. She's not a Johnny Depp fan. She said, well, a lot of people that are part of this aren't fans. It's supporting. I'm not going to go into it with you right now.
Yeah, I really not.
But I know y'all see I've got that up on the screen, so that's great. This is all just went totally south.
I'm actually trying to find the photo of her from the TRO, but I can't see a full figure. Like it gets cut off right below,
right around her waist, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I enjoy looking at a full screen of multiple Amber Heards, but
yeah. Yeah, I know. Whenever I'm finding pictures for thumbnails that I've got to use her in, it's just like, oh God, do I have to?
Worst job in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she said there will be an official announcement and all that kind of stuff for sure. Way to go, Soups. I knew you'd be on it. Somehow I knew you were.
That's awesome.
Yes, Asa, it is horrible. That's the way I feel every time I have to look at those pictures.
Yeah. When I posted about the whole picture of Johnny and the AH stand there, that was like the photo of Johnny and his birthday, and then it said 2020 or 2021, and it was like, he will not be missed, blah blah blah. Yeah. I had posted that it was under Eve Barlow and that it was under the GIF or whatever people call them, of it was AH as Mira, and I was like, I said it was the GIF of Mira, and then I did like the barfy face, and I was like, it's of her standing up from the ground like a turd floating to the surface of the toilet bowl. It was the best way I could describe the GIF.
Their butt implants in the right place. Talking about her cheek implants.
Yeah, they've kind of gone all lopsided, and
yeah, she didn't
suit her just
spend
fine.
enough of that film, apparently. Yeah. She does look like a bandit in that stupid scar.
She does. Yeah.
she's wearing the right colors because she looks like I don't know though. Bandit's too good a word. Um,
Oh, here's a full.
and yeah, Steve, I understand, and I can appreciate when she first came to Hollywood, she was an attractive woman.
She
Oh, really? Yeah, I've heard that quite a bit, Dreamy. I have not heard one person who has had any kind of contact with her or knows of anyone that's had any contact with her that has ever said that she was a nice person. Never, never.
no,
And
I actually read a story where I think it was a bunch of up and coming models, and AH had come to be like a role model or a spokesperson or something, and she was supposed to come and be a motivational speaker. That's the word. She was supposed to come and be
mm,
like this motivational speaker to these models, and all
oh
of these
yeah,
young impressionable young women were like so excited to see Amber, and like they were, I mean, because again, as much as I hate saying it and as much as it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, she is a very beautiful woman.
yeah,
When you first look at her, once her
yeah.
personality and you get to know her, then you really see how ugly she really is as a person. But
Hmm.
she came in and she would start to talk to these young girls, and they would just fawn all over and like hang on every single one of her words. And there was this one particular girl who sat away from her at the table and wouldn't actually go up to her and talk to her. And her mother had said to her, like, well, why didn't you go and introduce yourself, and why didn't you go and ask her questions, and why didn't why
Yeah.
didn't you do all these things? And she had told her mother, she said, I watched her with all of the other girls, and she was heartless and she was cold, and she goes, she just
Hmm.
did not seem like someone I wanted to aspire to be. And
Yeah,
that's the impression you get. Doesn't matter
yeah,
who you are, that is the impression you get when you meet her. But that is the
yeah.
complete opposite of the impression you get when you meet Johnny. And you ask anybody,
Hmm.
you meet Johnny, and they're like, he's the warmest, most gentle, most
Yeah,
giving, most incredible, most bright and shiny, most,
yeah.
giving person you'll ever meet. The
Hmm.
complete opposite to what she
Yes,
is.
yeah. Oh, Sandy, send Big Daddy O my love. I hate that I had to miss his first stream, but tell him I said hello and I'm happy for him. But yeah, sorry. Tonight was Big Daddy O's first live stream. He hit 100
Oh,
subs the other night.
I
So
saw
yeah,
that.
and it just happened. We had already. I hated to ask you. So we had already had this planned for tomorrow, and I'd already asked her to reschedule. So I wasn't going to ask her to reschedule again. So we just went ahead.
Aw. Well,
And
Big
yeah,
Daddy,
she does. She does.
congratulations on the 100 subs, my
Yeah.
man. Good luck tonight. I
Yeah.
know he's streaming, but
Yeah.
yeah. Good job, buddy.
Yeah. And you're right, Janie. She does hate him because like just how when she first got with him, she tried to mimic him. And I've heard several people talk about how that she was jealous of how easy it is for him to be kind to people and for of how he is, and that she was jealous of it and she tried to mimic it and she just couldn't. That was like when they were together, she couldn't even do it. And
Yeah.
I don't think she ever cared about him. I've said this so many times. I believe she targeted him from the
Yeah.
get go. I
Yeah.
believe as soon as she met him, when she was getting the job for Rum Diary, I think that she said this is an easy target, and off she went.
Oh
I think
yeah.
that's why her evidence is so bad. I don't think she ever thought he was going to come at her, and I think that's why her evidence is so bad. I believe if she thought he was going to fight her, I believe she'd have made it much more believable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I
like
know
I said, I
Johnny
don't think she's a
is
stupid woman.
no, no, and you don't need to, like, I know Johnny is a very private person, but
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
we already knew that he was the type of person that was very romantic. Like I've always known that. I mean, that he was a very romantic person. Hi, Keely. That he loves. I think well, no, I don't want. He loves wholeheartedly, and when he loves fully, and he loves hard. Like he falls and he loves hard, and I think she knew that about him, and she, like you said, like she found him, and she was locked, and she was loaded, and she went for it, and he was unfortunately an easy target for someone like her, and unfortunately he is royally paying the price for it. But like you said, I don't think she was counting on him actually saying, no, you're not doing this to me. And I don't think she was also counting on the fact that, 3/4 of the world has his back. So, you know,
look at how many followers he's already got on Instagram.
Yeah.
Compare him to her and how long she's been on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, when I first started following him on Instagram, he didn't have nearly as many people following him. So, I mean, in a way, like unfortunately this happened, but it royally boosted his Instagram followers, and it royally boosted a lot of people. Like I think even Stevie had said, wasn't really much of a fan. Like I liked his movies and stuff, but now I'm a fan because we know how incredible and generous and all this, he is. And so I think he's actually in a way turning people that were kind of sort of liked his movies are now turning into lifelong fans now. And not to mention supporters. Like I've said before, like I was always a fan, but now I'm actually in this. I'm in this for the support for the DV victims and for justice. This isn't just about Johnny. This is all about justice for me. It turned into justice, and yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm a lifelong fan. I'm old enough though that I remember when he started on 21 Jump Street. I watched Nightmare on Elm Street because he was in it. I didn't watch scary movies, but like I was telling you, like I was saying earlier, when all this happened, I wasn't paying attention, and it's not like I've ever, if I saw it, well, like when Pirates came out, of course I had to go see it. That was a big movie, and I wanted to go see it, and. So, but a lot of times, a lot of his movies, I'd wait for them to come out on either VHS back in the day or, come on whatever. And I might not necessarily go make an effort to go see the movies because didn't always have the money or wasn't able to go. Or sometimes being in a small town, some of his movies just didn't come to the theaters here. Right. So it wasn't like I was one of these I'm fine. I wasn't that kind of fan, but I was a fan of his work. I've always loved his work. I've always loved him as a person, but I didn't go into like what I do now, where I'm researching him and I'm finding out things. And now it's more. I think now I have even more respect for him as opposed to opposite the acting, just the respect for the fact that he's not letting her get away with this. He's not backing down. And he's, oh, hi, Tina, you're fine. He's not just giving in because that's the reason people like her do what they do. And they do it so often is because more than likely, most people in her life has just handed her exactly what she wanted to get her to leave them alone. Yeah. And until someone stands up and says, enough, that's it, I'm done, they'll continue to do it and they'll continue to do it. And so, just like how I am the strength that Jennifer Howell has, I feel the same way about the strength that Johnny has, because it would be easy for him at this point in his career to go over to his island and never be seen again, just live out the rest of his life and in peace. Yeah, he doesn't have to do what he's doing, but he's doing it, and so my respect, it's more of a respect than a fan now.
Right.
And
Exactly.
yeah, the Brave's not even sold in the USA even now. Yeah, I don't think it ever has been. Has it? Was it ever released here? I remember reading about that at one point. But it's just I keep seeing, and I've said it myself. He's going with a scorched earth policy, and I think
Mm,
that when we get to Virginia, oh my goodness, and yes, that right there, his fight is important for all male victims and for DV survivors in general for speaking
Yep.
up. Yes, that
Yep.
you said it perfectly, Di. Yes, that's what makes it even more important because when we were doing the verdict the other day, Wendy said as it came after it came up, and we were all talking in the chat, and Wendy made the comment, I was hoping he would get justice for the justice I never got. And I
Yep.
had to go off stream. I broke down crying. But that's what makes this so important to me. I want to
Yep.
help those who don't have a voice, who's never had a voice. And I know I look ridiculous in the bunny ears saying that right now, so I'll just take them off. But I want to
Oh,
be able to be a voice for those who have never had a voice.
right.
I want to help them get justice. And I think for a lot of people, they're watching that they'll get their own little personal form of justice through this. And so that's
Right.
why this is so important. And,
Right.
I just, I keep telling y'all, and I mean it, I want everybody to, thank you, Soups. I want you to keep sending out all the positive vibes and all the love to Johnny, his team, his family. Because you
Jennifer.
think about, yes, Jennifer and her family. You
Yeah.
think about those kids, what they're going through. It's just I know that they know he's innocent, but it's got to be heartbreaking for them because there's nothing they can do to help their dad. And then from all accounts, they have a wonderful relationship with him. I have
It
not watched it yet. I've got it saved. I'm gonna watch it.
Yes, I haven't seen it either yet. No, I haven't seen that either. It broke my heart when in the audio when he actually started to get worked up. And it's so funny because even when he gets worked up, it's not even a big deal. Like it's not even like it hasn't even gotten to that point of like true anger. But when he gets worked up and has said says to her, like, do you think it's okay that my kid goes to school and his friends say to him, so your dad's a wife popper now? And it's like that right there broke my heart because it's not even just about Johnny now. It's now leaking into Jack's private life and into Lily Rose's private life. Like you said, she's an adult. She works. I believe she is a model for Chanel. I don't know if she
Yeah, I think
jumps
so.
around from brand to brand, but I know that she was working for Chanel, and she was the Chanel bride at one point, and she's just an absolutely beautiful mix of the two of her parents, and for them to actually even carry this part of the reputation with them over her lie is unfair because it's
Yeah,
not just his life that she's tarnishing. It's
yeah,
all of their lives that she's tarnishing.
exactly.
And it's not, and now Jennifer Howell being an innocent one is being threatened, and people that are defending Jennifer and people that are defending Johnny and people that are standing up for the rights of victims / survivors are being told to go off themselves because
Exactly.
Amber fans are angry, or not angry. They're just vindictive. They're just like, oh, well, we're better
Yeah,
than you, so go off yourself. It's like,
yeah,
I would tell
yeah,
them to take their own advice, but I'm bigger than that. So
yeah,
it's like, ah,
yeah, yeah. I know.
Usa.
Yeah,
No, but seriously, she stands there and she points fingers and she's accusing all these people of all these things, but she doesn't realize that she's standing in a house of mirrors.
yeah,
She's doing all these. It's
Yeah.
We just want her to take account. Like, that's all we want as a community. We want her to take accountability for what she's done and to make things right and to fix it. But at this point, she's so far gone. But that's the thing
Yeah,
about
she
us in
won't
the
ever.
community too, is I think that even still there's a lot of us that if she stood up and said, now I don't know if I'm one of them, I can't promise you, but I think there's still a lot of us that would, if she were to say, I did wrong, I
Yeah.
effed up royally, and I'm going to take accountability for everything I did, and I'm going to make things right, and I will pay that $7 million, and I will pay it back even with interest, and I will do this, and I will do that, and I will do everything in my power to make things right, and I will, go get help, and I will do this, and I will do that. That we would be like, good for you, and she would gain, to put in her words, a modicum of respect back from us,
Exactly.
but she will never do it.
Oh no. And I think you're right, Amazon Die. I think she does enjoy hurting people. And I did several videos comparing her behavior to that of narcissistic behavior. And the thing is they will not accept or admit anything. I've dealt with some narcissists in my lifetime too, and you could sit there and look at them and say, they stand outside and say, the sky's blue, and they'd say, no, it's not, it's black. And they would be just as passionate and just as believable, or they believe themselves that what they're saying is true and what you're saying is not.
Yeah.
So, and I know that Johnny said during the trial that she had been diagnosed with bipolar and and let's see, what else was it? My
borderline personality disorder.
Borderline personality disorder, in which that falls in with narcissistic behavior. So, I just don't think she will ever own up to it. And like you said, if she would own up to it and just accept responsibility for what she's done, make things right, I think the majority of us would be like, go on about your life,
Yeah.
see ya, but she's not going to do it.
No, and that's the sad thing, is because we can all see it. We all see that she needs help, and we also understand too that she may not think she's doing anything wrong. We understand that she may actually believe all this to be true, but at the same time, we also see that what she's doing is absolutely wrong, absolutely hurtful, dangerous, even, shouldn't say dangerous, even, it is dangerous. And we want her to just, get help is one of the biggest things. Stop the drinking, stop the pill popping and the that she's doing, and get the help that you need. And that actually brings me back around a little bit to what you were saying earlier about what you said about I forget who it was you said that they wish that he got the justice that they never did. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I guess we're going back 7 almost 8 years now. I went to college for addictions and community service because I for a long time wanted to actually become an interventionist, but where I live, that's just pretty much next to impossible. But anyway, basically my goal was I wanted to do something that ended up helping people, but I can't. It's a very government town, and it's a very high tech town, so there's not a lot of wiggle room for much else. So when this whole case came about, like I said earlier, I came into this being like, justice for Johnny. But I met so many incredible people, and it opened up my eyes, and I realized that it is justice for Johnny, but the bigger picture here is it's justice for all survivors.
Exactly.
And what really got me is I was really hoping that, as much as this sucks for him, was that I was really hoping that this would open the doors for a lot of our male victims.
Exactly. Yeah.
because I heard that in the correct me if I'm wrong for all the United States folks out there, but I understood that there is for male victims, there is only 2 support centers in all of America.
Wouldn't be surprised. Let me see if I can find something right quick on that. I'll check and see. I would
Like
not be
for
surprised
abused men.
because they're less likely to speak up to begin with. So
Right.
more than likely, let me see if I can.
And I can completely understand why. Totally understand why. And that's that is heartbreaking, and it's that needs to change. That absolutely
Exactly.
needs to be changed around. And as much as this sucks for Johnny, I think that this serves as a this should be seen as a track to serve us going forward to change this narrative.
Exactly. Let's see if I can see. Let's see here if we can find out. Trying to looking at the
Really, Gina?
statistics. Has anybody said
No,
definitely?
Gina says she doesn't think there's any in the UK for males.
Wow. And see now this statistic, I always have trouble saying that word. Let's see. Oh goodness. It's not gonna let me look at it. It wouldn't let me look at it. It says 1 in 5 women and 1 in 71 men in the US have been a victim in their lifetime of either DV or of unwanted advances. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to get knocked off here for what it says.
1 in 5 women and 1 in 75 men, or 71. Wow.
71 men. Yeah. Almost half of the female and male are victims of. See, it knocked me off of it. I had to either donate or something. It wouldn't let me in it, so I'm looking for something else. Let's see here. Wow. Trying to see if anybody else has anybody said in the chat if they know if there's any at all.
I don't even know. Oh,
so I know that I've seen a lot of stuff about serving male survivors. Okay.
Elizabeth says she believes there are 3 shelters. Greg Ellis had a man on who does online counseling.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. Is I've seen a lot of online stuff, but I don't know about actual physical places. And I mean, I don't know about. I'm not in a small town, but we do have one place for victims. I've never heard it specified, and I don't know if they would serve both or if it's just for women that are getting away from, a violent relationship. So I don't know. Let's see, a tweet from the fire brigade in the UK. If you're a victim, you can go to them as okay, well, that's good to know. This is for people in the UK. It says there's a tweet from the fire brigade. If you're in the UK and you're a victim, you can go to them as a safe space for both genders are welcome. So, Rob, I'm feeling much better tonight. Rob got on the phone with me, and Rob and Keely and Gary got on the phone with me last night right after I got my shot at the hospital. So,
was it the cortisone
for
or
migraine? I don't know what all they gave me. I think he said compazine, and then they were giving me something for allergies, and I don't really remember. He just told me that what the shot, what was in it, was going to make me very sleepy, and he was very right. But the captain obviously said never once has she said she sought out medical help for her PTSD. Instead, she speaks at events and tells real victims to use their voice as if it's so effing simple, and that's true. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you've never dealt with your own issues, you do not have the right to speak on other people's behalf at all.
Exactly.
It's like that time she was speaking at I think there was a rally or something, not a rally, but there was a gathering of some sort. My brain is not working. I'm sorry. There was a gathering of some sort over a male, a teenage boy who committed. Anyway, I'm not going to say the word. and his parents were there, and she was giving speeches about how life is so precious and all this stuff. And somebody's cell phone went off, and like it started ringing or something, and she started laughing in the middle of
I
this
saw that.
downtrodden speech.
Yeah.
I like when I watched I actually had the link to that video like in my phone for about 3 days, and I went back and forth on it whether or not I should watch it for about 3 days, and finally I just bit the bullet and I watched it. And when I watched it, I just went,
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Exactly. And that's the thing. And somebody put in the chat, it's 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men that are victims. So I think what I was reading there was doing a statistic on grouping it all. But 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men are victims. So, and I mean,
That's
and
not
that's the
much of a
thing.
difference.
No, it's not. And well, then that's what I was about to say. I think there are more male victims than are reported because a lot of men won't come forward with it. And just like what Steve said here, yeah, men do get assaulted. The myth is men can't get assaulted. Men are supposed to always enjoy the assault nonsense. True, more women do get assaulted, but men do, and it's traumatic to the man. And that's the truth. It's traumatic to anyone who is assaulted, period. It don't matter, it don't matter your gender, and it doesn't matter who does it to you. When you're assaulted, it's traumatic to you.
A man has a brain just like a woman. A man has feelings just like a woman, and a man has pain receptors just like a woman. I don't think it matters whether there's something dangling between the legs or not.
Exactly. And
that doesn't make a difference to me.
Well, look at the heart that, just use Johnny for instance. Look at the heart he has. He's a man. He's not the only man in the world that has a heart like that. And even if you are the biggest, baddest man in the world, you've still got a heart. Somewhere in there, you've still got a heart.
Yep.
And especially if you are a big, bad, always tough man or whatever, and you are assaulted by a person that you love, is it not going to hurt you because you're tough? Does that make it okay? I mean, that's the thing.
What was it? I was watching the one of the streams with was it Jason and Steven? Was it Jason? Anyway, or it was just a YouTube clip of somebody. Anyway, they were saying when she was in Never Back Down, you would get these, the movie is about boxing, I believe, and you would get these big bodybuilder dudes, and they would say you would have one afternoon of filming with Amber, and those guys would be leaving with bruises and bumps and in pain after filming with her.
Wonder why.
So if you're beating up a bodybuilder who is used to getting, punched and stuff like that, and they're leaving with bumps and bruises and in pain, what in the bloody hell do you think that she's going to do to Johnny, who is not, a fighter in any way?
No. Yeah. And, and the thing is, it just breaks my heart that he was willing to walk away from it. And I know someone said earlier that the reason he decided to go after this is because of what his kids were going through.
Yeah.
And, the thing is like you said, I agree with you. I think he has become the face for male victims, and he's bringing awareness to it. I don't know how aware he is. I would think that he's very aware that he's bringing awareness, and he's putting more eyes on the fact that men can be victims too. And I think that's why, even though I had a feeling that more than likely that was going to be the case in the UK, I was really hoping I was wrong. I never spoke it. I never said, I think he's going to lose. But I think that set so much of a precedent. And I think it really spoke for so many men and so many victims. And that's what I hate more than anything, is that these judges didn't look at the fact that there were eyes all over the world looking at that case. And they didn't take into consideration that there were victims all over the world looking at that case. And how many people will not come forward now because of what was done to him there?
Exactly.
And it's just, wow.
That's the thing. I'm afraid that she put a lot of, it's like a catch-22 because like in a way I feel like Johnny opened the doors for a lot of not only male victims for survivors, but for survivors in general. But at the same time, I feel like Amber also set us back like 20-30 years in terms of the whole Me Too movement and a load of bullocks that is, like it.
Well, I mean, I don't even
hopefully it balances out.
Trust it now. I don't even trust any of it now, and that's what's so bad is that I don't even trust something that was supposed to make a difference, and I don't trust it at all now. If somebody has hashtag Me Too beside anything with them, I automatically, oh well, what are they lying about? Who are they trying to hurt? What are they trying to get?
Yeah,
and that's it, and it shouldn't be that way. But that's the thing. You're right. She set everything back, all because she latched on to it to try to make her case look better. That's all she did.
And that's I think, again, going back, that's another thing that really infuriates me is that she didn't just go after, like, she didn't just damage, Johnny's rep. She has done this to him and his kids and his reputation. She, ended up putting, the Pirates of the Caribbean movie on hold because she cut off his finger. So she did all of that to all of those cast and crew members. And she's ruined the Me Too movement. She's manipulated, like, the amount of people that she's manipulated, the amount of destruction she has left in her wake. It is unbelievable that one tiny little woman has done so much damage. Seriously, the next hurricane we have has to be Hurricane Amber because she's done so much damage.
Hashtag Hurricane Amber. You heard it here first.
There you go. Yes.
Good night, Gallet, by the way. And now Steve asked, can the UK go back and press charges if Johnny wins in Virginia? Do we have anybody that might know that? I'm not up on the legal to know if that's an option or not. That's a good question, though, Steve. I would, but I'm not up enough on the UK legal system or even the United States legal system to know how that would work. But
I don't know. But is there a time limit? Like, will he be able
prosecute, but they won't. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can he file for No, I guess he can't. I was gonna say, would he be able to try and appeal his case again in like a couple of years' time? Like, is there a time limit on that? Because I know that sometimes if you file for an appeal and you don't get it, you can try for an appeal again in a few years. But he didn't even get a chance to appeal, so
yeah,
I don't even know.
Yeah, no, I agree, Rob. I'm hoping Australia does something, and I know the last I heard about it, it's still under investigation. So I am hoping that they will do something. I really do. I hope that they will pick up the ball that. Oh, TJ said nope. Yeah, I say that.
Yeah.
I hope that they will pick up the ball that the UK dropped. I mean, because they really did.
Yes, I think the UK, or not the UK, the Australian government is they do not like her, obviously, for obvious reasons. They do not like her, and I think they are working around the clock, tooth and nail, to get her. And I think that they are working really, really hard, and so that's why we haven't heard. Like, we're at this point, no news is good news. And so I think they're working really hard. And hopefully soon we will hear something from them. Saying that she has to, serve some time or whatever for what she's done, because that heartfelt apology was so half-assed it was, it's like she might have well been talking out of her backside, because I mean,
Yeah.
it was terrible. And the fact that she had dragged Johnny into that as well was, I mean, he had nothing to do with it. So what was it for? To save face? I don't know if it was to save face or what it was, but
Yeah.
I just hope that, the next movie that they want, whoever, Warner Brothers or whatever has her in, it's filmed in Australia. So the second she steps foot on that tarmac, it's off to jail she goes.
Yes, yes. And that's the thing, I know she really humiliated the Australian government, and
Yeah.
I'm like you. I'm hoping that, she's in another, well, no, I'm not hoping she's in another movie, but if she does get another movie, I hope it's filmed in Australia, and she gets out of that plane and does her little, just clap him. She'll be used to them handcuffs clapped around her. I'm sure she uses them. But
Sure, we have connections. We can kind of make up a movie script and plan something for it to be in Australia, and the wheels are
Yeah, she won't be
turning.
able to use Johnny to fix the Australian situation again, would she?
No.
Well, y'all know me. I'm usually done by about an hour and a half.
Yep.
I'm like Dan. My back starts hurt me after about an hour and a half, and that's
Yeah.
about as long as I can go. I had fun with this. I'm so glad we did it, and I
Me
am so
too.
glad that everybody showed up. It's been so great to have everybody. Now, I know you don't have a channel, but are you gonna be on anybody's streams anytime soon, or you got anything that anybody needs to be watching out for?
I usually jump on a channel when a channel is currently running and they say, "Do you want to jump on?" And I go, "Okay." So I don't have anything in the works planned. I'm still thinking about whether or not I'm planning on doing a YouTube channel. If I do start a YouTube channel, it's most likely going to be something like this, where I have guests. So I'm not going to do things like what you do, where I, read an article and we talk about it. And I'm most likely just going to have guests on, because I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I know it's a lot of work. So, but we'll see. I don't know yet. But I do have a lot of fun doing this. I like being guests because I don't have any other responsibility.
There you go. There you go.
But
I'm gonna wear the ears for the last minute here.
There you go.
Yeah,
Bunny.
just in case anybody didn't see my bunny ears. Happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah, I can't believe that's coming up already. My gosh.
I know. This year is flying by, but that just means we're getting closer to Virginia.
Yes. And hopefully closer to a end of this beer bug.
Yes.
Driving everybody crazy. Yes. Anyways, well, thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun.
I did too. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad we did this. I'm glad we got it scheduled, and we'll have to do it again. I think I'm going to start doing Monday nights. I think this is going to be a Monday Mania. I think this is something I'm thinking about doing, and so we'll have to see who we have next week. We might be up for next.
Well, hopefully I'll get to do this again soon, because I love doing this stuff.
Yeah, well, we will be having you back again soon. And thank you to everybody for being here. Had a good bit of people here the whole time. So love you all.
Thank you.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys. Take care.